everybody. Today I have special interview with my sister. How are you? I'm very good, thanks.
Hi, Linda.
Hi, this is my younger sister. This is Thành. She's a dentist for probably a long time ago. So today she came to visit me. So there's a chance that she wants to share some of her experience about her dental school and her dental life. Okay. Thành.
Well, thanks for having me here. I'll try my best to answer a few questions and share some of my experience with you guys. Just want to say hi to everyone out there, and hopefully it will help some of you planning to apply for dental school.
So I'm going to have several questions for her. My first question is, let's say I want to be a dentist.
Mm-hmm.
What are the requirements? What I need to do to prepare for dental school?
To become a dentist, very simple. You complete high school, you go on to community college, state university, or any four-year university of any state that you choose to get a BS degree of science, which include the courses like chemistry, biology, microbiology, physics, human anatomy, physiology. These courses
basically all the science classes.
Yes, these courses will help you when you take the dental admission tests later. You also need a personal statement for yourself, and you also need a couple of letters of recommendations.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think that's very important. That's what I think. Basically, any other tests that you have to do to get in?
Yes, once you complete all the required science courses after a 4 year of university, you're required to take a dental admission test, which called DAT. That's part of the requirements.
I got it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. So when you apply for dental school, what makes you stand out on the application so they can pick you instead of others people? I know a lot of people apply for dental school.
Mm-hmm. That's a very good question. There are several things that they will look at in your applications. The very first thing they look at is the GPA, which is the grade point average. Mm-hmm. Most of the dental schools, they have a cutoff GPA at 2.75. So if you have a below 2.75, your applications will be automatically rejected. If you have a GPA of close to or below 3.0, it's going to be really difficult to land an interview from the dental schools. If you have a 3.3 overall in science, I think you're good to go. That's for the GPA. And they also look at your DAT score, which is the dental admission test score. And so you want to score as high as you can in this test. That's important that they look at. They also look at the extracurricular activities.
What are they? Can you name some?
These activities include, for example, you play sports, you play music, you join any organizations, you go to, if you have religion, it's either temple activities, go to church, you have volunteer experience, you have shadow experience. Let's say you work in a dental office, you go to a hospital, clinics, so that you can learn and have experiences. You have community services.
You mean like church and temple?
Yes, community services. Anything. Just go out, for example, like cleaning up, picking up trash. That's an example of community service. They also look at anyone in your family, any member, if you have a sibling, if you have your parents who are dentists, you put down your applications, and those are very important points. They will look at those. Yes, go ahead, Linda.
I have a question. I know in some other school they require some letter or personal statement. I'm not sure, is that in dentistry also?
Yes, of course. They will look at a personal statement, very, very important. So when you write a personal statement, spend a lot of time to think about, make yourself unique. So they'll look for any personal experience, any special circumstances, any life experience that motivate you, that lead you to this point that you want to apply to, to become a dentist. And also, they look at the letters of recommendations. And these letters, you're gonna ask your faculties, your teachers, your counselors, your coach, all the dentists that you had an opportunity to work with. And these letters are very important because they will tell them about yourself, lots of knowledge about yourself.
Wow. So I think you must have a very good relationship with the people you work at when you're in school, or faculty, teachers, or the dental office.
Of course, yes. While you're in school, taking courses, try to build a relationship, try to study hard, try to earn good grades, have a good relationship with your faculty. That's how you can, at the end, you can ask for letters of recommendations, and that helps so much in the application process.
That's good. That's a good point. Thank you.
Sure.
The next question, but this is, I think, gonna be a fun question, but a difficult question for you, Tan. So can you tell me a little bit about your experience when you go into the interview?
That's a good question. I really like it. Well, my experience, the interview, well, I got offered a couple of interviews from several schools, some of them outstate, some of them in California. It's relaxing, flexible, comfortable. There's no pressure. They don't ask you any technical questions. They just make you feel comfortable. They just want to learn about you, about life experience. They just want to see how you behave, your manner as you're interacting with the interviewer. Some dental school, they send representatives to where you live in a hotel, so you can go there and have the interview.
That's wonderful.
And other schools, they want you to travel over there to meet other classmates. It's a lot of fun. It's either one is fun. So you got to meet your classmates, 5 roommates, have a lot of games, and get a tour around the dental school, which is a good thing.
That's your vacation.
Wow, yes, and you get to fly.
It's a vacation if you don't get paid. That's fine.
I love to fly. And the school, I think some of the school, they compensate for your time flying as well. They buy tickets for you to fly there if they like you.
They pay for you. Great. They give you free vacation.
Yes.
I love it.
Of course. Yes. So that's my experience. Yeah, very relaxing.
Wow. Thank you.
No pressure at all. So you guys got a good sleep. Drink plenty of water. Relax. Prepare yourself for the interview. No pressure. Okay, just relax.
Great. So my next question. I know that after all those stuff, and get accepted into the dental school, can you please tell me what you basically doing in dental school, so I can share with
Very sure. Okay, so dental school is a 4-year program. It has 2 parts. The first 2 years, you're going to learn all the health science classes that you took in undergrad again, but you got going to learn in a more advanced and a detailed concept.
I see.
In addition, you're going to learn the basics principles of the oral diagnosis and treatment. That means you're going to learn how to diagnose conditions in your mouth and your teeth and how to treat them.
Just like a doctor for the mouth.
Yes, of course. You will learn a lot of things. The basics, you learn different types of diseases. You learned drugs. You've learned the biomechanics of drugs and how they work on different illness. And you got to learn the anatomy, physiology of all the parts of your head and neck and the entire body. You got to experience to dissect, do surgeries on cadaver to learn.
People.
Yes, they donate the body to the school, so the students are grateful. They got to dissect and learn different muscles, different nerves, the blood vessels, the locations of important structures in the head and neck. As dentists, you basically do surgery on the head and neck area, but at the same time, you have to know the anatomy and the physiology of the rest of the body. It's because it's not just what happens in the mouth, the teeth, but it's also systemically you have to know certain diseases, in the body, as the entire body. You don't just treat the teeth, the mouth, but it's the entire body.
Basically, like a medical doctor, but you focus more with the upper part, like
yes,
the head.
Yes, it's the head and neck. That's the first part, and you also learn anesthetics, how to numb certain areas in the mouth. You make the patient comfortable. You learn about laws and ethics, how to manage your patients, how to communicate with your patients. Also, during the first half, you're going to take the national board examination. These are written examinations, and they have two parts. A part 1 and a part 2, and you have to pass these written examinations based on what you learned.
After 2 years after the first half?
Yes. You have to pass these examinations. These are the basic information that you have learned from undergrad all the way to your first 2 years of dental school.
Got you. So basically you have to get a basic from undergrad, this means BS degrees, and then first half of the dental school.
Yes, and then get those exams, national board exam.
I see.
That's the first 2 years of dental school. The second half, the second 2 years, you got to go to the clinics. You got to see the real patients.
Like a doctor.
Yes, you're gonna be the. You got to see the patients. You got to treat patients. You're gonna do all the procedures that are required to become a dentist. And your procedures, you're gonna be doing it under a supervised, licensed dentist. You don't do it by yourself. You get evaluated by a licensed dentist.
I see. But you can work like a dentist, right? But you just have to do under supervision of not a real dentist.
Correct. That is correct. And you also, in the second half, they will teach you more about the communication how to communicate effectively with the patients, with your staff, with people around you that you work with, and any ethics and laws that that they didn't go into details in the first 2 years. You got to learn more in your second half of your dental school. So that's basically the clinical experience. They also send you out to the community hospital, clinics, so you get a chance to work on real patients. But again, under a supervised licensed dentist. You cannot work by yourself yet since you don't have a license.
Do you get paid for that?
No, you don't get paid for this. This is free. Part of the curriculum, part of your clinical experience. Yes.
I see.
So after the 4 years that you completed, you are required to take a state board clinical examination.
Second exam?
Yes.
Within 4 years?
Yes, this is the stable examination where you bring in the patients, real patients. You're doing procedures, and they are going to examine your procedure, and they give you a grade. Whether you're competent enough, you pass the procedure, you're competent enough to perform certain procedures on the real patients, and it's extensive examination.
I see. What happened if you fail at the first time? Can you repeat again?
If you fail the procedure, yes, they give you the opportunity to take the exam, that specific procedure again, but there is a time frame. I don't remember how long, but there is time frame before you can retake the procedure exam again. One thing that I want to point out is that after 4 years of dental school, if you feel you completely ready to take the state board examination, I would recommend you go ahead and take it. Physically and mentally ready to take the exam, go ahead and do it. If you still feel like, oh, I need more practice, I need more experience, I need more time, then spend more time before you go into the exam, because we don't want you to fail the examination. It takes so much time and energy for the patients and for you.
But I thought if you don't take it right away after you finish school, you might forget.
Yes, that is very true. However, during the time that you wait, you want to be almost perfect. You want to be really ready before you take. So you practice as you go on. You have plenty of time to go to clinics, practice and practice and practice over and over again.
Instead of the take exam right away. Basically the advantage and disadvantage. If you take it away, then you won't forget. But if you wait, you're more perfect and you don't get panicked if you fail.
Yes, that is correct. Yeah. Because the state board, this is an extensive, you work on a real patient, you're going to numb the patient. That means you inject the anesthesia into the patient's mouth. Certain areas that you worked on, you make sure they're numbed, they're comfortable. If they're not comfortable, they're not numb, they're in pain, they're going to scream during the exam. So that is automatic failure. If the patient, it's so painful, I can't do this. That's an automatic failure. If you numb them, it's not numb, then it's a failure.
I feel numbing right now.
Yeah, so
my teeth is numbing. Oops, just joking.
So your patients are also very important when you choose the patients. You have to communicate with your patients, explain everything about the state board exam, have them sign papers, that are required for that examination. If your patients are not on time on your examination, then you're gonna have to lose it. You're gonna lose your time. Yeah, and then you have to do it again. So I was lucky. My patients are my brother-in-law, my brother. So
it's my husband. My husband is her patient once he got the second exam.
So they're really good.
Clinical exam, the second quarter, right?
They woke up early. They very on time. They make me feel comfortable. So I make them feel comfortable.
I'm so proud of my husband. Yeah, he went on time.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. So I'm very, very grateful.
So that's a good experience for you.
Yes, it was.
It was like how long ago?
I graduated 14 years ago, so 2006 means 14 years.
20. All right, great. Thank you very much for sharing. That's a good experience. Thank you, Tan.
You bet.
The next question for you, Tan. I know that after 4 years of dental school, after you took this first and second exam, you go to work right away, or you have any option, like pharmacy school or medical school, they go further and they will go more option. But how about dental school?
Dental school, there are a couple of options. You can, after you finish 4 years, you can go through residency, which is you can choose any school to take 1 year. You work there 1 year. It's under a supervised faculty, the same thing. They'll pay you a certain amount of money, a small amount of money, but you will learn a lot. You want to get experience. If you don't want to go out and work right away without experience, you can go to residency to get more experience. Other options are you can go on and become specialist. Okay, there's a different types of specialist, and this one you can attend your own school, or you can sign up at any school across the United States. You can learn to become a orthodontist, a pedodontist, endodontist, prosthodontist. Pedodontists work with kids, they specialize in kids.
To make more money here.
Yes, you can become an oral surgery or maxillofacial surgery. These are all specialties. It takes about 2 or 4 more years to become a specialist, but you learn a lot more and you learn to be focused specifically on that area of your specialty. Yes.
This almost similar the same time that you go to the dental school. 2 to 4 years. That's
mostly
a long time.
it's just 2 years. For oral maxillofacial surgery, those are taking out difficult cases of teeth, the wisdom teeth. That will take somewhere between 2 to 6 years. Extensive experience, and they might have an MD degree for oral surgery. Yes.
Wow.
And one more thing that I forgot to mention is that after you complete the state board examination, the clinical exam, and you pass the exam, you will go ahead and take a law exam of the state, and you pass the law exam, they will give you a license, and then you're ready to practice. If you decide to go on, you can go on, or you decide to practice, you can go ahead and do that.
Thank you, Alina.
Sure.
So I have next question. This is I think important question that everybody are looking for. It's about money. What type of money? Basically, what the average cost if you want to be a dentist.
The cost to go to dental school, it varies, depends on the states, depends on the schools, depends on where you are. Here is what I've known from the ADA, the American Dental Association. They collect some data from 2017, 2018. If you go to a public school, it will cost you about average $40,000 a year, 1 year. If you go to a private school, on average, about $70,000 a year. 14 years ago, when I graduated, I think it was $65,000 a year. I went to private school.
Wow.
So I owe total of $340,000 after 4 years of dental school.
Does that include the interest?
Yes, that included the interest. Include everything, housing, everything. $340,000.
Wow.
That's the cost. But it might be more now. This is 2020. So the living expenses, the house, food, supplies, books, everything, it's up now. So I know a few of my friends, they have their kids, they have their cousins completing dental school. They have student loans somewhere between $300,000 all the way to $500,000 for 4 years.
But you think it's worth it?
It's really, really worth it, yes. It's a rewarding career, and you can make so much money after you graduate. Depends wherever you practice. You will pay off your student loan in a small amount of time.
Wow,
yes.
Thank you. And I will have the final question for you, which is related to what we just asked. So the final question is also about the money. I know it's sensitive, but I have to ask because not a lot of people want to know, even myself or whoever wants to become a dentist right now. I know who work in the dentist field will know how much they made, but this one, whoever needs to go to school, of course they want to know how much first. Well, let me ask. So could you please tell me how much on average for a dentist, not specialist, just for regular dentist,
Just a regular dentist. Okay. Well, this is a question that can. Well, the answers it can be all over the places. It all depends. It depends on where you worked. It depends how much you want to work. It depends on your lifestyle. It depends if you want to work by yourself or you want to work in a group of people. If you want to work in a company, the salaries are all different. However, some of the data that I read, on average, a dentist would make about $152,000 a year on average for a single dentist.
Is that worth it?
For a single dentist,
Yeah.
yes. And the lowest data we have, it's about $107,000 a year.
That's still a lot.
Yes, of course. And this depends, the salary depends on so many factors. Again, it's a wide range. Some dentists, depends on the families, you know, if they have so many kids, they don't get help from families. If they want to work just 2 days, 3 days, they can make $70,000 a year. It all depends.
Like part-time, but like almost full-time pay for other people, for all the employees.
Yes, and whether you want to have a small practice for yourself, or you want to have a big practice where you can hire other dentists to work for you. So it all depends on how much you want to make and how you want to live your life and how willing you want to make money. Also, it depends on your physical and mental health as well.
I want to be a millionaire. Can I be a dentist?
Oh my God, a millionaire? I think it's very simple for a dentist to be a millionaire. I have known tons of people that are millionaires. I've known one person, she made $700,000 a year all by herself.
Wow, it's almost $1 million a year. Oh my
On the
God.
gross income, yes. She works really hard. She's very busy. She had multiple patients every day and no time for anything. So it all depends on how you want to live your life.
Wow.
Okay, so there is a great potential for dentists. You can be millionaires. You can make $1. You can make $100. You can make $500. $1,000, $1 million. It all really depends on you. The most important thing is you have to have a good physical health.
I understand.
And mentally, you have to be really, really strong and healthy.
I understand.
Yes.
I understand. I know. That's why a lot of people, they're working for a long hour, and I don't know how to deal with it. Can you tell me how you deal with it? If you work so long and you don't get tired?
You know, I don't work long hours, but I know many people out there work long hours.
How about your husband?
My husband, yes, he is really, really tired after a long day. So there are different ways, different people, different dentists deal with their work differently. For me, my experience, I space out patients. I don't like to work on 2 patients at the same time. I want to work with one patient, complete one patient, and go to the next one. In between patients, I like to stand up, move around, take a stretch, you know, breathe some oxygen, drink some water, help you relax. After a long day, go home, try to relax as much as you can, meditate, do some exercise, take walks, swimming, do some sports like tennis, anything that can help you maintain a physical and a mental health that can keep you long enough in the dental career.
Thank you very much for today, for sharing. Do you have any advice to whoever wants to become a dentist right now?
My advice is for anyone out there planning or want to be a dentist, just don't be scared. Don't be scared. If you dream to be someone, you will be someone. So just don't be scared. Go out there, explore ways to help you out, how to become a dentist. talk to dentists who have many years of experience. What is the career is like? I think it's a really rewarding career. Financially, in all aspects, it's really rewarding.
Money.
Yes, very important. Yes, it's not just the money, but also it's helping other people as well. Yes, you make a positive difference in a lot of people's lives. So I love what I'm doing.
Thank you very much.
Sure, yes.
Thank you for everything today. And thank you for everyone who watching the conversation between my sister and I. And thank you, Thành, again.
Sure, you
for
are
sitting here and
welcome.
spend your time with me and audience.
Anytime, anytime. If you guys have questions,
just put a comments.
Yes.
Or you have any opinion, just put some question as well, or just give us some comments. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Have a nice day.
Bye, guys, and the
Bye.
best of luck for you all. Bye-bye.